basically trash talk him, and he still says, "I love you guys." This is parenting at its finest.
At its finest. Let's go straight into the game. Wow, that was some interesting trash talk.
I felt that.
Just the legitimate hate. Oh boy.
Man, Becky needs to
chill down.
Chill down.
Looks like Zorn isn't going to get something too mechanical. He will go with something like the Diggy. Rumpel going to be dedicated on the Kufra. He did a very good performance last season on Kufra especially, but let's see how much he has grown as a player.
Oh man, it's going to be a almost standard beginning. I think compared to the last two series, the first 30 seconds was kind of more aggressive because people are just trying to fight each other into each other. But I think with what BOSSKURR is trying to achieve under the leadership of Jeff is just, guys, we play in a robust manner. It's better to be solid than to spread out and be flimsy all over.
I think that's a really good idea. Zorn, the classic Zorn, making sure he emotes. It's like, hey, what's up, boy? I'm going to be doing this all game. Get used to it. As he walks back. Oh, wait. He knows it. He knows it.
This is how it's going to play out for the majority of the game. But of course, Diggy has pretty pathetic health pool. So now with Rush coming in for eject, they're going to find it first. Blood punish Zorn for that mistake. And Rush will get that kill.
Oh, that was the right hour here as Rush comes in, flickers right over the wall and gets the ejector onto place, but it buys him plenty of time for the tower to just take him out for free. Arts, again, doing his job, sustaining the lane. He knows he can't win the lane at all, but you're Uranus, so you're literally a punching bag.
Oh, I know, not able to get out of that, and that kill goes over to the Diggy.
I'm surprised that mid lane isn't punished as hard as I thought it would be. It looks like Team BOSSKURR are prioritizing making sure that they clear the jungle rather than going for these early fights. Because the objective, again, hit level 4, look to fight them. Because they are a team fight composition.
And I believe Rumpel will hit level 4 first because he had that middle lane. I believe one wave to all to himself because Sphinx was kind of taking the gold crab, and then the jungle camp.
Oh no, but he has support items. There's no way he's getting support. No.
Oh yeah.
Looks like they're gonna go for a dive on the top side.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of expected, you know.
It's more of like, that hurt.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well,
you kind of asked for it. Yeah, you're playing Uranus.
I mean, the obvious question is, why?
But again, he is Uranus. This is pretty much all he does.
Yeah, he just...
I can't even blame Arts for it. It's just your
hero.
It's
just the nature of the hero, right?
Yeah, it's like, what can you really do? Oh, Rumpel with a great engage coming with the Tyrant.
Blazing duet.
Gosh. He does actually go in, pushing up Rumpel, making sure he can do the follow-up. But they are going to keep going through. Lexia with some big damage. Zorn, he's getting a bit greedy. 2 auto alarm bombs. They don't go on the same target, however.
Rush managing to get away, but at the same time almost punishes Sphinx. But luckily for this Cloud, he does have that Purify to get out of that sticky situation, but great commitment from GEEK from Rumpel as well to start things off, managing to split Lolita away so that she couldn't block that Blazing Duet, but unfortunately Jeffs had that Numinor Blast, so didn't really matter in the end.
Great disengage overall. Oh, too easy for Jeffs. Needs to recall as of right now, but so far it looks pretty in favor of GEEK. They have a slight lead with 1 turret. Nobody can really touch the turtle right now because GEEK fam know that Sicilian, if they're on objective, Sicilian just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's an extra burden for GEEK fam as well. They have to carry the weight of Becky's trash talk with Team BOSSKURR. Number 8 player, that is a big statement. Oof. I feel bad for placing people number 2, but he just went down the list. And you are the bottom 8. You are in the lower bracket. My goodness. Yeah. But so far, it's kind of even. The goal differential doesn't matter too much. But both teams, like I said, GEEK fam, like you mentioned, BOSSKURR getting that dedicated leader, and GEEK fam getting those dedicated players to commit to each role. So they're playing a pretty standard game.
Yeah.
Less blood being spilled early on, but definitely it's going to be explosive when we get past the 7-minute mark.
I think what's holding them down as of right now, in terms of... I feel like I'm just going to completely talk trash about Uranus all day here. Oh, wait, hold on. GEEK fam's already starting to fight Zorn! Gets one shot!
Doesn't even use the time journey. He was trying to be patient with it, but Dominus gets that counter kill on Lexia. However, there we go, Rush with the eject. Sino also in the back line. They're completely dominating this fight. GEEK fam losing 3 members, and they'll lose the turtle as well.
Yeah, kind of a mistake on Zorn's part for not popping that all a little bit sooner, just so he gets a move, just so that he doesn't get the slow and he can actually walk away from it with no issues whatsoever. But you know, at the very least, they trade Lexia. Okay, they took Lexia. Okay, that's the most important thing. Cillian did. Yes.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think even if he would have still died after using time journey, at least they would die a bit more time. But right now, Arts not too worried about being killed off. I guess that's the only perks you have about Uranus. You just don't want to kill him.
And he does damage. And he does
yes,
damage.
and he does damage.
He does have the emblem attack and defense, so he just builds full tank. He still is gonna hurt. Ooh, Jeps pull backwards. Great play coming out of Zoran, teaching his fellow mentor how it's done.
Yeah, you gotta show some love to your papa.
To your daddy.
To your dad. Reverse, turn back time, but Rush being scouted out as well. Zoran is just having no shield. Rumble jumps in, misses that stun, but Dominus is ready with the incandescent. Assassinates the jaw hit. But Arts now getting called out with that rejuvenate. Just gonna buy time.
This is the worst thing to watch. Just Uranus running around like, haha, I'm not gonna get me, not gonna get me.
He's just making a fool out of you. He just looks stupid. Like these players are top tier, but Uranus just makes everyone look stupid.
It's just like, haha, I am top tier. What you gonna do? Hit me?
I am top tier.
You dare challenge me? I just can't wait for him to just go. They just give him voice lines of Buddha.
Okay. That is Badang, okay, that is... Uranus does not deserve that voice line.
Hey, dude, I mean, if we're gonna go JoJo here, you definitely need a deal. And, like, you have to admit, Uranus is a pretty accurate description.
Oh, fair enough. But Dominus is dominating this one so far, only on killing spree. The bouncing ball is there on Zaraki, but Team Boss looking for a respawn, and there we go. That time journey, ooh, Zoran! What a savior for GEEK fam!
I legitimately thought Too Easy for Jumps was going to release that extra early just to catch him off because he noticed that he didn't do it. But he did force it out, which gives them a very big advantage coming into taking away Turtle. Completely uncontested for the side of GEEK fam here.
And with that being said, now no time journey. Pretty long cooldown for an ultimate
hello?
on the support. But Rumble with the bouncing ball being called out. Team Boss will punish him. The kill going over to Malaysia.
Huh. That was kind of interesting. I'm surprised Rumble wanted to go for it. I think he thought it was a 3v3 until Granger came out of the brush. He was like, I might be dead here.
Beaks just pushing the wave in. Creating pressure around the man. This is what you want to see, but Dominus just going ham. Zaraki, lucky to have that River Sentinel to keep him alive, but Rush, maybe not so lucky. Trying to go for the dash away, not making it out. Uranus claims his first kill.
I'm telling you, Dominus does not miss that sword spike. He has secured so many of his kills despite the flickers being used to kind of push him away, the flame shots as well, just to ensure it. Now Dominus has a significant lead. He has Mystery Shop and buys a 7-minute Holy Crystal.
Yeah, this is just getting scary. But luckily for Team BOSSKURR, there is, again, we are not looking at a goal deficit. The goal deficit that actually doesn't really matter too much. They are still kind of toe-to-toe. But the attention has to kind of shift from Arts to Zoran to Dominus because he is picking off all his balls and now they engage immediately onto the back line. Malaysia not able to respond in any manner. Zaraki with the Death Sonar trying to do damage onto Rumble, but it is a Kufa, too easy for Death. Now we got it forward, trying to buy time for the rest of the team. Xeno not in a condition to fight. They have to give up that tower and GEEK fam lose nothing in that exchange.
I mean, look at that. Dominus again just proving why he is just the way he is. He's so good. He takes out Lexia so fast.
Where do you find a hero that recovers HP by taking damage? This is a really interesting game, but you know Uranus is just a buzzkill.
Yeah, Uranus really is a bit of a buzzkill, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Lexia might have been able to survive if he had... Oh wait, no, that's only physical.
Yeah.
Wait, is it all that... Wait, I can't remember it exactly, but I'm pretty sure Vengeance blocks all damage or just physical.
Last I remember, it was physical damage.
It's physical damage, right? I'm not thinking of something else, right?
Or if it blocks all sorts of damage, then everyone would be taking vengeance.
That's also
that's basically like a free win of nature or something.
That's true. But yeah, all teams are coming back in. They want to continue pushing forward. They want to take this fight. Are they going to do it? Are they going to face check? Yes, they do it. Rumble gets a 2-man ultimate. They're going to keep pushing forward. Zoran has to bail themselves out, throwing the auto alarm bombs, and nobody can deal with the boss himself, Dominus, telling them, nah, you're calling me BOSSKURR.
Oh man, that could have gone way better for Team BOSSKURR. So Jeff's face check finds out where GeekFam are. They start the fight. They had a great engage. But I was waiting for the Luminous Blast to come out, but it didn't until the very last second where Feek just blazing towards his way towards the back line. And people, members of BOSSKURR started falling one by one. So I don't know if it's a miscommunication or Jazz was just being a bit too patient with that ultimate, but it definitely should have came out slightly earlier.
I think he was waiting for Zorn to use his ultimate instead, because it's easily countered. If Jazz presses his ultimate, Zorn holds on to his ultimate. Both are playing this checkmate situation with whoever makes the first move will always lose. Therefore, Zorn just be like, alright, I just have to hold it up. We're about to win. We're very close to winning a fight. Press my ultimate, and now too easy for Jeps. Doesn't have a window anymore to use the Numenon Blast.
Yeah, and it was also a good pickoff by both Jeps and Lixia as well. They just basically destroyed, I believe, Arts. Yeah, Arts when they found it in that rush. But again, the time journey was one of the factors that keep them survive. That and Luminous Blast was kind of rendered ineffective when Jeps was the only one left, being caught up. But they do have backup. Rumple being pulled back, but not enough to die.
I kind of want to see the item list coming in from both of these sides. Too easy for Jeps. Just purchase this Athena shield to hopefully protect himself from the damage coming in from Dominus. But again, Lord is walking for. Oh, Diggy is in trouble. Zorn! Can he make it out of there?
The time journey being forced out. That's Sonata. He sidesteps the final bullet, so he survived that potential pickoff of Team BOSSKURR. Very well done from this Diggy. But Zorn is literally playing with fire in that exchange.
I think that's what he's known for at this point.
Yeah, Lord not being able to utilize to any great effect. So Team BOSSKURR holding on to their base for now. But the goal lead is starting to show in favor of GeekFam. 4,000 more advantage.
I'm pretty sure Team BOSSKURR can come back here. They scale decently well. The only problem right now is that they don't really have an answer to Dominus, because if Dominus gets on the right target, lands a sword spike on Lexia, it's almost guaranteed Lexia is going to die in one combination. He's 7-1, there is no doubt about it. But you have to remember Team BOSSKURR, they actually scale very, very well because Dominus decided to go for Mystery Shot.
Oh yeah. So the damage output definitely did take a hit because he wanted to get that core items early on. And that is what GeekFam wants to do, and Dom is known for as well, snowballing that lead. Oh, the Tyrant's didn't send Simon into the wall, but we'll see what happens with the BOSSKURR now with that Sonata onto Zorn. Zorn will survive that. The contest of the buff goes over to Dominus instead.
Yep, it's all about map control. GeekFam want to make sure they control the map. Zaraki is scaling very nicely. He's doing a lot of damage to Rumple, who is supposed to be the main tank here.
GeekFam, it is going to play this slow, wait for that next Lord. First Lord, not really that strong. It's okay if it goes down. Just not their day, not their time yet to find an opening. But Team BOSSKURR, you can see that they're not able to kind of maneuver around the map too much. Even though you look at the bottom lane and say, hey, it's open, but you just can't move. So Sino now being pulled back, drops that. Rejuvenate doesn't matter, time to come down, Rumble towards the backline, GeekFam collapsing on the Team BOSSKURR right now, so Sino trying to do as much damage as they can. This is what we want from Team BOSSKURR too! Easy for Jazz, baby! And Team BOSSKURR turn this around with 2 kills. They make it 3, triple kill for Zaraki, and Zorn might be the fourth. Has that immortality, but Zaraki is waiting, point blank executes it, so Sino will pick out the consolation prize, and Team BOSSKUR will hold on to the game.
Yeah, Zorn isn't able to save them this time. As the team continues to push forward, they've made it back into the game and even out the gold score in one team fight. So easily done for the side of Team BOSSKURR as they look to try and end this game. Rumple, he needs to just dive in and push those minions away.
Let's see if he can do it. One catapult goes in. Great ultimate onto 3, takes out the jaw hit, but Zaraki will just slip the fire touches. No! The win comes back in. But 3 spawns are there for GeekFam, so they hold on for now. Zaraki, he just needs one more. Oh, attack, no. Actually, a few more. GeekFam, from the jaws of defeat, they hold on.
Amen to Rumble. He was able to save that situation really, really nice. Lexia was Chunk to 1 HP. If you didn't get Chunk that low, I think they might have tried to force the end there.
Yeah, because Zaraki was focusing on the crystal, but the fact that Rumble got a 3-man ult into that crystal changed the course of that fight, of that situation. He had that curse mask as well, so basically he's burning down the creep wave. So GEEK right now, slightly back on their footing. They are not beaten down just yet, but BOSSKURR, it was a facelift in terms of momentum.
Yeah, GEEK was at a very close call in the game. That would have been it if Team BOSSKURR played that just slightly better, just ever so slightly, and wasn't so unlucky with the Nexus the Crystal deciding to hit on Lexia of all the targets that there was available.
I mean, they were kind of clumped up together, so maybe they
dude.
Yeah, they didn't take into account that Rumble could have such a big impact, because all the call at that moment was probably just Jab saying, go for the crystal, go for the crystal. Rumble shows up. Now GEEK have kind of stabilized the situation. They're not really out of the woods just yet though. Team BOSSKURR now have to defend against that second Lord.
Yeah, and now GEEK they've held on, they've made one mistake. Alright, we kind of messed up, but because Team BOSSKURR made such a risky play, they lost a lot of their priority onto Lord. Lord now pushing down to the bottom. Uranus is going to run to the top side, and hopefully they actually get a split push going on here.
We'll see what Team BOSSKURR can do. Can Jeff do his? Can Jeff get that opening once more? Because that previous side, his Luminal Blast across that wall caught GEEK with their pants down. This time they need to take care of the second launch first. Dino will just stand in front and tank that damage, whereas the rest of GEEK pushes towards that top lane. They'll be able to get this first inhibitor tower for sure. Team BOSSKURR. Trying to look for an opening to punish GEEK, but not able to find it for now.
They're holding their ground, still holding their ground. They don't have any waves to work with, so they're not going to commit too hard at anything. But looks like, you know, another 5 minutes has been bought. GEEK is farming efficiently. Team BOSSKURR, their tanks are not starting to pick up some cores. So.
Rumble jumps in, tries to find a target, but Sino now called out. He might be pulled back and destroyed. Dominus dropping super low, does survive. So he made it out with his life, a slither of health. Luckily for GEEK, so Team BOSSKURR still not able to retaliate with anything too drastic because they were not able to get Dominus.
Yeah, they couldn't really go for a dive. There was too many targets, and Dominus didn't have a clear shot on Lacia. Am I saying it right? I kept calling him Lexia for the low side, and then I realized there was an extra I in there, so I was like, ah, dang it. I've been saying his name wrong all day. I feel bad. I feel so bad now.
But so far, I think GEEK still kind of has the lead because BOSSKURR have been playing reactively almost the entire game, I would say. But when it comes to team fight, it's definitely like a 50-50. It could go any way.
Yeah, I think both teams. You definitely can see the star players in both of these sides.
Oh,
and I think Rush is doing a really good job at, like, you know, trying to be there for the team, being that damage dealer for the most part, and also as well as Lacia, where his only issue is Dominus.
Oh yeah,
if he can figure out a way to not get hit by one of the two sword spikes that come out, he basically gets a free team fight.
Yeah, and with Jeff in the front line, I think GEEK is finding it harder and harder to penetrate to Team BOSSKURR's battlefront, right? Rumple just not dove in with the Tyrant's Revenge, I believe, trying to create an opening. I'm not sure who he was looking for, but he could have attempted to push Jeff back into his team because Jeff was out of position with his bulwark up. But Dominus dove in. It was just lucky that he didn't die. He was
pretty chunked.
Pretty chunked, yeah.
Yeah, Cecilia made sure that he didn't get away without like knowing like you're not allowed to do that.
You can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it really is a bit of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. Bit of a bummer that he didn't get the initial kill. It really does play to how good Dominus is, and you have to give credit where credit is due. Because Dominus, honestly, I have to say, nastiest Gusion I've seen throughout MPL. Like, so many seasons we've seen so many Gusion players. He is just an absolute monster and performs well every single time.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that requires 110% of your mechanical skills, and you cannot mess up even once. I think with that much in mind, being able to maintain this performance on this particular hero is definitely what Dominus deserves credit more than anyone could have given him, I think.
Yeah, and so far the game is still pretty neck and neck, I would say. Despite the gold lead being in Geek Fam's favor, however, most of that gold, the cores of the team have full builds at this point. They're just getting 1 or 2 situational items, maybe switch out the boots. But for the tanks especially, they're finally like, oh, now we get to start scaling into the game.
Yeah, and you did point out that for BOSSKURR, they can afford to scale, whereas for Geek Fam, I wouldn't say they cannot scale, but the drop off is slightly earlier. Compared to BOSSKURR.
Agreed. And now you're starting to see it where Gusion isn't able to one-shot their tanks anymore.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like, oh, this is starting to become a problem. Like, how do we deal with this? We have to end this game sooner or later.
The X Factor is definitely going to be Dawn for Geek Fam. That time journey has bailed them out a couple of times, but this game could have been over, should have been over, if not for that one clutch Luminous Blast from 2 EC for Jet.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think the third Lord is going to be what seals the deal for either one of his teams. So we're back to the stagnation of the state of the game.
Yeah, looks like both sides can't really do much. There's literally nothing important on the map. Buffs have been taken, camps have been taken. There's River Crab, but it's like, what do you need the gold for at this point?
Just a blanket. Just the National Treasury? What is it, World Bank?
I mean,
I can't remember.
National, because I thought you were trying to make a Nicolas Cage reference and be like, I mean, if River Crab is Nicolas Cage, I consider it a national treasure.
No, National Treasure is Benedict Cumberbatch.
What? Benedict Cumberbatch did not act in National Treasure. What are you talking about? Oh, he is a national treasure. Okay, fair enough.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. Because I was talking about the movie National Treasure.
Oh, no, definitely not. Beast, though, caught out, almost dies as well.
Oh!
Rumble, though, not in a good spot. And now you can see the eject from Rush onto Arts, but it's just a Uranus, so...
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. Joke's on BOSSKURR for even trying.
Ah, boy. Well, I mean, I think it's good because right now,
soon.
Rush is in a position where he is scaled off. Like, he doesn't have a lot of damage. He can secure kills with the Unstoppable. However, he's pretty much there just to be a CC bot.
He's buying time. He actually flickered just to gain distance, and now, against our movement speed, getting pulled back by reverse time fixes there. This is the second time Geek Fam almost lost one of their core to BOSSKURR. I believe to Lexia.
Yep. Lexia just cannot disrespect the damage coming out of that Sicilia.
You can't do this all day. Their luck's gonna run up pretty soon. The 2 members now from Team BOSSKURR show up at the top lane to defend against that pushing wave. So Geek Fam, they have a clear idea on what they should do right now. Get that third Lord. Team BOSSKURR, they're gonna concede that immediately. They will play defense like how they have done so across the entire game. Wanna try this?
Do they want to engage? I can't see it. It doesn't look like anybody has a flank.
They need to reset. They need to make sure the bot gets reset, and Geek Fam is trying hard to not let it get reset. Yeah, there we go. So BOSSKURR managing to stall out that one. Arts getting caught up, but again, Uranus not really bothered by the damage from Team BOSSKURR.
They could wait for Zorn to get Flame Shot because they do have Retribution and Flame Shot. So maybe, just maybe, they might be able to outdamage the fully stacked Lexia, who's got all the damage, all the items, and Flame Shot that scales along.
I mean, if you take that risk and you lose the Lord, that is totally on you. So
I don't know.
I wouldn't back I mean, if you're a Geek fan and you barely just clawed your way back from a 20% HP crystal, you don't want to take that risk.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I like the numbers. I like the number. I like the number of the odds that's coming into this.
Yeah.
Zorn just being
I
super
like the
annoying.
numbers if it's 1-0 on my side.
I'd say it's a good 50-50 to take. I feel like it's
Yeah.
a 60-40 more than it is a 50-50.
Yeah, the fact that BOSSKURR had no retribution as well. So definitely is in favor of Geek fam.
But they have 2 flame shots, so it's like a little scary in that sense. Oh,
Ooh,
Rumble does get
Zaraki
a...
though, not in a good spot, has to flicker away. Sino now being forced to engage too easy for Jazz, trying to find an opening to protect his team. There comes the Death Sonata, and Dom is getting rushed on, gets killed out by Lisa, and there goes the Gushin. So nothing BOSSKURR, they want to turn this around. Fix also being pushed back are pretty tanky, has a lot of damage, being that very annoying frontline. Rush comes back, but meanwhile, Rumpo also being a distraction, trying to take down, I believe, Zaraki, but not able to do so. So Geek fam losing that cushion, meaning that Team BOSSKURR, they've taken control of the game.
Wow, that was a really chaotic fight, but I think the biggest issue was that Dominus decided to split from the pack to try and get somebody else. However, Jawhead is like, no, you're not making it this time, boy.
Yeah, luckily Zaraki survived. I believe Dominus wanted to go for Malaysia again, but he just ended up being destroyed in that exchange. So right now it's going to be a 4 versus 5. Dominus will come back in 10 seconds. Team BOSSKURR taking quite a while to take down that Lord. Geek fam might still have a chance, but they do not have the retribution.
Yep, and now Rumple, he gets flicked over a little bit, doesn't really care, but he's still looking to get this engagement here. Oh, this is going to be close!
I was managing to get up on Rumpo though, being caught out. Fizz comes in with a blazing duet, tries to go on to Zaraki, but Zaraki gets out without Fizz. Managing to not die, but Lumina Blast onto 3. Daddy Jeff is in the house, baby, and now Zorn being chunked out. Lisa doing so much damage. On Cecilia, Rumpo also trying to get up, being pulled back, has immortality. Second life will bring him back, but he'll be sent to the grave instead. But guess what? Fix, he's actually going to split push, and he gets that middle inhibitor turret. So Geek fam still making something out of that situation.
Worth. And at this point, I kind of feel like Dominus might have, could have sacrificed his life to get a good push for Claw, because all he had to do was just stop their backs, and I think Feeks would have finished it off.
Feeks managing to get out again with the Purify. So Jawhead not able to get on top of this spot. He was dancing with Death. He has been dancing with Death, I believe, for the past few fights, and he's lucky enough to get away with it. But for once, it is paying off for Geek fam. Alexa right now going on to Zorn, wanting to force the ultimate out. Art being caught out, has no immortality, I believe.
Look at how fat that shield is. It's like, what even? What is the point?
What is the point of even trying to kill Art?
most damage stats, I guess.
Yeah, probably that's the... He's the training dummy, you know. You go into training mode. He's the dummy
you just punch it.
You just punch it and see how much DPS you do. And he just does not die, you know. Like you give it a good 5 seconds, the dummy resets full health.
Oh boy.
That is Uranus in a nutshell.
Yeah, that is Uranus. We're not okay. Just to clarify, we're not smashing. We're not talking smack about Arts in any way, shape, or form. We just really don't like Uranus.
It's just the nature of that hero.
It's just so boring.
It's a fine line. He's a good player on a hero that is just
absolute garbage. I absolutely hate it. I'm gonna be real with you. I hate it so much. It's not fun to watch. It's really unfun to play. It is so brain dead. It kills me. Oh no! Oh,
Dominus
is trouble.
They caught him. Dominus taken out. But if you look at him at Geek fam, they are
Stop their backs. Don't let them back.
Just, you know, able to make it back. So nice Rumple Fix versus Rush and Sino. Rush using eject, wants to clear away. He cannot die, so he flickers away. Rumple knocking Sino into that wall. Fix just doing 3 damage. They need more members. Here comes too easy for Jazz. Rumple flicker away as well. Goddess Bow blocking the damage from this cloud. So forcing a retreat. Sino now jumping onto Fix. Meanwhile, Mega Kill. They actually take down that Diggy. Sino onto Fix. Fix not able to make it away. No mana. Rush comes in, and here he's gonna bring his head back home.
What?
And Geek fam, what seemed like a chance to redeem themselves completely evaporated. And on the back of Daddy Dev, Team BOSSKURR should be able to close this out. Rumpo a non-factor in this, and BOSSKURR locked in game 1 against Geek fam.
Man, that is ridiculous. Wow, how long did Carmilla survive that damage coming in from